the polls. One of my very favorite things to do in this channel is to have polls, ask your opinion about different issues, and agree or disagree. In the last few I posted, we mainly agree, but there's a couple that I'm not sure if you're answering really honestly. Let's see which.
Hi guys and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about points, credit, bonuses, and travel. Why do I need to say that? I would like to say something smarter. Like what's smart about credit cards?
No.
We're talking about points, credit cards, bonuses, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Bravo.
A couple of weeks ago I asked, when I retire my plan is to stay where I currently live, 29%, move somewhere cheaper within the US, 30%, move to a cheaper country, 41%. So according to your answers, 4 out of 10 are planning to leave the country and go somewhere else. And immediately this rings some bells to me because it might sound, to me, you know guys, that's my plan, but I actually have reasons to go somewhere. So I wonder if you really are planning for this or it's a wish that you have and you don't know if you're really gonna follow up with this. Move somewhere cheaper within the US, 30%, that looks much more realistic for most people, I would say. And stay where I currently live is another 29%, which is basically the same as move somewhere within the US. I'm sure there's some of us that don't want to leave the area. You might have your children close by, friends, so I can understand that. But if it's somewhere really expensive, I don't think it's worth it, at least in retirement, but that's me. Personally, I'm going to Costa Rica, and that's it. Sun, beach, good food, good people, and much cheaper than here. Even though it's not the cheapest country in Central America, it's the safest, and I freaking love it. Now I asked you about my first Amex credit card after my cancellation, and I asked you especially between the Hilton Aspire and the Hilton Surpass, and most of you predictably said the Hilton Aspire. Now, I did my effort to try to get one of these two credit cards. The Hilton Aspire was not making sense for me at this point because, as I said in a previous video, I'm expecting another child, so I don't think we're going to be traveling that often, even though I already booked my flights for Greece this September. But the Hilton Surpass seemed to have the best deal, 150,000 points for only 2,000 spent in the first year, and I can always upgrade in the second. So it was a no-brainer to go for the Hilton Surpass, the same sign-up bonus as the Hilton Aspire. Plus the free anniversary night, and I could always upgrade next year. But when I tried to do this, American Express said that I'm not eligible for the sign-up bonus, even though I got approved. And funny enough, with the approval, somebody said in the comments that they didn't really approve you. This happened to a friend of mine. So yes, you're not approved. Meanwhile, I got a confirmation email from American Express saying that my card is already shipped. And if I go check the mail, I'm sure it will probably be there by now. But yeah, I love the comments of some people. And yeah, that card was the Business Plus. It's a no-brainer. It's a card I already had, so I wasn't expecting anything like a sign-up bonus. American Express has a once-in-a-lifetime sign-up bonus policy. So since I wasn't expecting anything, it's a 0 annual fee, 2x on everything. Why not? So that's what I got. Then I just made a post about how my platinum and my gold, well, the canceled ones, that is, still gave me the Uber Eats, and many of you came in the comments and said that you received this months after you canceled your credit cards, which is very funny. That didn't happen with anything else. It didn't happen with a digital entertainment. It didn't happen with a clear credit. It didn't happen with anything else except for Uber, which is uber nice. Would you still get an American Express Platinum without the sign-up bonus? 84% says no way, and only 16% says absolutely makes sense anyway. And in my case, I would not apply for it without the sign-up bonus. Thankfully, there's many different versions of the platinum that I can still get sign-up bonus. I guess not now that I'm in the pop-up jail, but whenever I get out, I think that my next platinum will be either the Charles Schwab or the business. Charles Schwab probably makes more sense. In my case, I already have an account with them, so there's that. Do you account for your spouse's credit cards when building your credit card strategies? 50% said absolutely, 50% no or what spouse. And yeah, I guess that depends also in what's your personal situation, if you have a spouse or not. So I can see how that is 50-50. In my case, since I have a wife, I'm planning everything based on both. So if there's something I can get, I ask her to apply, and we get it this way. Sometimes we double down on things, so we get double sign-up bonuses, things like that. We did that already in the past, and that's incredible. So plus, it creates a nice situation where one year one can apply for some cards, next year the other, and then by the third year, you're able to reapply in some of these credit cards if you're not, of course, planning to buy something expensive like a house and you need your credit score intact. Last but not least, I asked you just yesterday, the best American Express Platinum version, in my opinion, is 21% the vanilla version, 62% the Charles Schwab, 9% the Morgan Stanley, and 8% the business. Now, in my case, I believe the Charles Schwab is the better. In my case, I already have a Charles Schwab account. It gives 1.1 cents per point as cashback or investment, actually, but you can always take out that money. In all reality, though, I think we're all sleeping on the Morgan Stanley version and the business. The Morgan Stanley version, if you have already an account with them and if you already make a lot of spending, you could potentially get this credit card for free. I believe after 15,000 they give you $100 credit. Then the first authorized user is completely free, so you're saving $175 right there. So it's not as bad as you guys make it seem like. Then you can get cashback, 1 cent per point, not 1.1 like the Charles Schwab, so it's a little less. But at the same time, if you have an account with them, you can invest your points. I think that's great too. I mean, that 0.1 cents per point doesn't make a big difference to me. And the business, if you actually have a business or if you travel a lot, it gives 35% points back. So, as one of you said, so 35% points back. That is crazy to think. And you guys gave it only 8%. It's not good for the sign-up bonus. You need to have $15,000 spent in the first 6 months to get a good sign-up bonus with this card, or 3 months actually, which makes it very difficult for most people. And I understand why, especially for the first year, it wouldn't be a great credit card. But if you are a traveler, you would spend close to that money and you would get a lot of returns in the future years just by the 35% return on points. But that's all for today, guys. Let me know what you voted for. What kind of questions do you like to see next? Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one. Ciao.